Good morning. The board of your Association of Beltel Retirees always values each important opportunity we have to gather with our members. For 25 years, we have maintained this tradition of holding an annual membership meeting as well as hosting regional mini meetings. But the COVID outbreak changed that, necessitating that for 2020 and 2021, we present the meetings to you digitally. It's a big undertaking and the preparation is quite significant. The presentations you have seen today were recorded live with all participants just in time for today's program. But something sad happened along the way. On Wednesday, September the 29th, just hours after recording his chairman's presentation to his beloved association members, our fearless leader, Association of Beltel Retirees Chairman, Jack Cohen, died. Our sympathies go out to his wonderful family and our deepest gratitude to them for sharing this dedicated and generous man with all of us for so many years. Jack spent 30 years with the company. Not long after his retirement, he became active and engaged in the fight for retiree economic benefits. If we don't stand up to defend and protect ourselves, who will? In 2008, Jack joined the association all-volunteer board in January. In 2015, he was elected as board chairman, volunteering thousands of hours over the years as a steadfast champion for our cause. The Cohen family requested that his final presentation to all of you, his friends and colleagues at the Association of Beltel Retirees, be delivered today just as he intended and as he would have wanted. With that spirit in mind, we present to you our late board chairman, Mr. Jack Cohen.
Hello again to all. The 25 years have been filled with wonder, and still many of you are viewing this. Those people were right with us at the beginning when the Magnificent Seven started this whole thing. If we were all assembled as we have been in past years, I'd ask you precious members to please stand for a well-deserved round of applause. And I would say sincerest thank you. Okay, many of you remember Bill Jones talking about the 4 points of our strategy: diplomacy, shareholder proxies, legislation, and if necessary, litigation. Now, diplomacy has always been what we strive to achieve. We've continued to maintain a dialogue with Verizon leadership, and they do respond to assist in problem solving. Perfect example was the recent case of Aetna and cataract surgery. They were very helpful. Okay, we look to litigation when other options don't work. When I was young, more years ago than I like to think about, my dad told me that the best way to encourage a bully was to be passive. You got to fight back, he said. Okay, even if you take a beating, make sure that the bully works hard and gets you get a few punches in. That bully would think twice the next time. We took 2 cases to the Supreme Court. At one time, it appeared that Verizon had to retain 3 separate law firms just to battle against us, one attorney, and our one attorney surrounded them. We may have gotten a positive final decision. We may have not gotten a positive final decision, but one thing is for certain, and that is Verizon knew that they were in one hell of a Donnybrook. What also came out of the Supreme Court case was that We need to amend the ERISA law, ERISA. You all have heard that expression before. It certainly needs to be updated. But it's not sufficient to recognize that the law must be changed or hope that existing legislation vegetating in congressional committees will come to our rescue. It is very easy to Google any topic and get a printout of existing congressional legislation on any subject. That's fine to see just what is sitting in Congress. You don't need a newsletter for that. You can do that yourself or have your grandchild do it for you. Okay. We need to be proactive and take initiative. Pending legislation needs to include our own shopping list. If it does not, as in the case of ERISA, that means we need to amend that law through legislative efforts. That's where Edward Stone comes into the picture with Retirees for Justice. R4J is pursuing change to protect existing pensions and those ex-pensions that are now under state jurisdiction as annuities. We are supporting the efforts of R4J since they can go into areas as a 501c4 that we cannot as a 501c3. They are not exclusive to telephone people either, because every retiree, regardless of where that person was an active employee, that retiree has a stake in legislation. We hope you will also support the efforts of R4J to help get things done. Ed Stone is a nationally renowned insurance attorney, and he has been instrumental in getting legislation written and passed in Connecticut and Virginia. He will do it again in Congress with your support. Let's talk a little about shareholder proxy proposals. That was one of the 4 that Bill Jones used to talk about. One of the ways we evolved to being able to get quick responses when we email or call Verizon was by getting their attention. First, you have to get their attention. We got their attention with 3 outright proxy wins versus arguably the largest communications company in the world, and 8 other measures that were so close. The changes we sought were negotiated off the ballot because leadership within Verizon was forced to take notice. Okay, I don't have the time to enumerate all the success stories. It may be productive to write about them in a series of columns in our newsletter. There are those skeptics who profess to speak for retirees that believe that using the tool of shareholder proxy is a waste of time and resources. They obviously have not seen our track record. These proxy measures trigger responses from corporate leadership who know that we are watching over their shoulder on key decisions. This corporate leadership also sees Beltel's effective capability to narrate our positions, especially through the news media, to shareholders and Wall Street investors. The media is paying attention too. For example, front page coverage for our issues in the New York Times and the support of their editorial board, USA Today, Wall Street Journal, Associated Press, Bloomberg and Reuters, Financial News, PBS Broadcasting, AARP Bulletin, AARP Magazine, Kiplinger, Business Week, Fortune Magazine, to touch on only a few. We can go on, okay? Verizon knows very well who we are, and I suspect so does AT&T. If not, they will make our acquaintance because we expect to be at the shareholder meeting next year in 2022. Many of you watching this know that AT&T has a plan to reduce retiree benefits involving insurance and the sickness death benefit, capping both effective January 1, 2022. That is what got the attention of the Association of Beltel Retirees. The benefit cut is insidious at best and outrageously sinister because it is an attack on surviving spouses. Literally, they are hoping to retrieve some of the millions of dollars lost by poor business decisions. They want to recoup some of those dollars over the bones of the retirees. We don't profess to speak for AT&T retirees. There exists a host of AT&T retiree organizations, some activists, some social. They all do that job very well. It is our hope that we can all have a unity of purpose, and our combined efforts help to bring AT&T management to the table to rethink this outrageous campaign of patricide against those who help build the edifice that is AT&T today. Okay, our name is Beltel Retirees for a reason. Our mission is inclusive of all retirees who were part of what once was called Ma Bell. Now to something more close to home. Okay, we have a knowledgeable and effective board of directors. With the proverbial tongue in cheek, I will be the first to admit that some of us are getting a little long in the tooth. Okay, that's a quote. We've been advocating on your behalf for many years, and you've been magnificent in your loyalty and support, providing the impetus and ammunition to carry on our efforts to protect all of our benefits. We have lots to do for the rest of this year and well into 2022. We need you to come through for us as you have always done. Now I have to ask more of you. We actually need you. I know that there are those energetic and knowledgeable leaders out there, both men and women, who have been great, but you have been sitting on the sidelines watching too long. Okay, a younger generation of energetic retirees, this is necessary. If we are to continue to do what we do in the coming years, I feel like the old captioned war poster signs of Uncle Sam. Remember him? Remember, he was wearing the Stars and Stripes suit that was asking, Uncle Sam wants you. Okay, well, I'm taking the liberty of appealing to in the similar manner. Please, okay, email or write to me asking for an application for membership on the board of directors. Please, this request is not exclusive to retirees of Verizon. Any of our fellow siblings or cousins would be welcome. We all have a common concern, protection of our earned benefits. Before ending, I would be remiss if I did not pay homage to three groups. The first group is easy, okay? The first group includes our contractors, vendors, and attorneys. Our public relations organization under Tom Butler has been with us almost from the beginning. They oversee all our technical efforts as well as keeping us in the news media. Under conditions of great challenge and adversity, they have been dragging us kicking and screaming into the 21st century. Also, there's Ed Stone. Ed Stone Law is part of our family and provides our learned counsel as well as administering to Retiree for Justice. Our success with our history of proxy proposals would be nothing without the counsel of our two attorneys in that direction, whom we've given the name Proxy Boys. They are our guides through the maze of proxy sessions each year. Secondly, there is our board of directors, many of whom may be considered walking wounded. Obviously, they are all seniors as such are subjected to what Bill Jones used to say, getting old is not for sissies. Okay. Regardless, they continue to spend thousands of volunteer hours on behalf of you. Okay. I could never adequately express my appreciation and respect for my amazing team. Last and certainly not least are the angels who run our office. Our office manager, Steph Baker, and her able sidekick, Kathleen. They are the circulatory system running our office. Okay, even remotely, when we were hit by the pandemic, they were right there. This is the amazing team that responds when you need to call our office. They are beyond great and have both our respect and appreciation for what they do to keep us going. As we close this anniversary celebration, we have had an amazing 25 years of success and results for retirees. We salute our founders for the vision they had and how necessary it was then and especially now. Some retiree associations have ceased operation. Time is always on the side of those who want to erode that which we have earned and which has been promised to us throughout our careers. Our lights are still on because there is so much to fight for on your behalf, and we will continue to exist because of our loyal members. As I have always said, we are nothing without you. Thank you so much for your attention, and accept our wishes to you for a wonderful remainder of 2021 and an even better 2022. Thank you.